Hello friends, in this video we will learn about integers and addition of integers. These are very important concepts and in your further classes you will come across these concepts very frequently. To understand these concepts, we will first quickly revise on natural numbers and whole numbers, and then we will learn integers. Today we are also going to learn one important concept called absolute value or modulus of an integer. This concept is important to understand addition of integers. After this, we will solve few examples on addition of integers. Okay then, let's move to our first concept, that is natural numbers. What are natural numbers? Any number that is greater than 0 or all numbers that are greater than 0 are called natural numbers. The set of natural numbers can be represented as n equal to in brackets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Natural numbers are also called as counting numbers. Examples of natural numbers would be 5, 10, 563. Any number that is greater than 0 is a natural number. Okay, the next concept we will revise is whole numbers. What are whole numbers? Whole numbers is the set of numbers that includes natural numbers and 0. So if you add 0 to the set of natural numbers, you get set of whole numbers. Whole set of whole numbers can be represented as w equal to in brackets 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Or it can also be represented as addition of two sets. First set includes 0 and second set is natural numbers. Okay then, we have revised natural numbers, we have revised whole numbers. So let's move on to our main concept, main topic, that is integers. What are integers? Integers is a set of numbers that includes positive as well as negative numbers along with 0. So integers include positive numbers, integers include negative numbers and integers include 0 as well. We know that positive numbers are the numbers that are greater than 0. So what are negative numbers? Numbers that are less than 0 are called negative numbers. Negative numbers are denoted by minus sign in front of the number. For example, minus 5, minus 10, minus 15, like this. And positive numbers are denoted by plus sign in front of the number. That is plus 5, plus 10, plus 15, like this. Now, what if there is no sign in front of the number? We have been learning whole numbers and natural numbers in our earlier classes, and we never used any sign in front of the number, did we? We have been using it like this, 5, 10, 15, like this, right? So all such numbers which do not have any sign in front of them are considered to be positive numbers. Therefore, all natural numbers and whole numbers except 0 are positive numbers. 0 is neither positive nor negative. Okay. Now, where do we use these negative numbers? We use negative numbers to denote temperatures less than 0. You might know that on some places on earth, the temperature is very, very low, even below 0 degrees Celsius. So, if I say in a particular city, temperature is 15 degrees below 0, then I'll write it as minus 15 degrees Celsius. Another example where we use negative numbers is, you might have seen some shopping complexes or malls where parkings are marked as minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, like this, right? So any place where we need to use number less than 0, we use negative numbers. Okay, so how do we represent integers on a number line? This is how we do it. 0 in the center, in the middle of the number line. To the right of 0 are all positive numbers, to the left of 0 are all negative numbers. You might have observed as we go towards right, the value of number increases. 2 is greater than 1, 3 is greater than 2. Okay, and as we go towards left, the value of number decreases. Okay. In case of negative numbers also, as we go towards right, value of number increases. We already discussed that negative numbers are numbers less than 0. So minus 1 is 1 unit less than 0. Minus 2 is 2 units less than 0. 1, 1, 2. 2 units. Minus 3 is 3 units less than 0. So minus 3 is lesser than minus 2. Minus 2 is lesser than minus 1, which means as we go towards left, the value of number decreases. Okay. Alright. Now, in case of positive numbers, we write 4 is greater than 3. But in case of negative numbers, minus 4 is less than minus 3. Okay. Now, let's move to next concept, that is successor of a number. Let me clear this so that I will be able to explain you better. Okay. Successor of a number. If I want to find out successor of 3, the number immediately to the right of 3 is its successor. So successor of 3 is 4. And what is predecessor? Number immediately to the left of that number is predecessor. So 2 is predecessor of 3. Similarly, for negative numbers, number immediately to the right is successor, number immediately to the left is predecessor. So minus 3 is successor of minus 4, whereas minus 5 is predecessor of minus 4. Note down, for plus 4, successor is 5, predecessor is 3. For minus 4, successor is minus 3, predecessor is minus 5. Now, can you find out successor and predecessor of plus 199 and minus 199? Write down answers in your notebook and check answers at the end of this video. Okay. Now, let's move on to our next concept, that is absolute value or modulus of an integer. Absolute value is also called as modulus. This is one important concept and very simple concept. What is absolute value? Absolute value of an integer is its distance from 0 on the number line. Okay. So if I want to find out absolute value of 4, I will have to calculate its distance from 0, which is 1, 2, 3 and 4 units. Okay. So I can write absolute value of plus 4 is 4. Absolute value is represented in between pipes. Vertical line is called pipe. Okay. Now, if I have to find out absolute value of minus 4, I'll have to calculate its distance from 0, which is 1, 2, 3 and 4 units. Same as plus 4. So absolute value of minus 4 is also 4. Okay. Absolute value of minus 4 is 4. Absolute value of plus 4 is 4. So absolute value of both of these is same. Okay. The simple way to get absolute value is simply remove the sign of the integer. So if I want to find out absolute value of say 130 plus 135, it is 135. Absolute value of say minus 576, it is 576. Absolute value of say 7800 plus 7899, it is 7899. Absolute value of say 8 minus 8673, it is 8673. Okay. Here I have given few examples which compare absolute values of two integers. First one we have seen for plus 4 and minus 4, which is equal. Now second one is absolute value of minus 2 is 2, absolute value of minus 4 is 4. So absolute value of minus 4 is greater than absolute value of minus 2. Obviously 4 is greater than 2, so absolute value of minus 4 is greater than absolute value of minus 2. The next one is absolute value of minus 6 and absolute value of plus 4. Okay. Here, even though minus 6 is less than plus 4, absolute value of minus 6 is greater than plus 4. Why? Because obviously 6 is greater than 4. Okay. Alright then. Now that you have understood what is absolute value, note down these examples in your notebook and use appropriate sign to show comparison. Okay. We will see answers at the end of this video. Now let's move to our main topic, addition of integers. You know, integers consist of positive numbers negative numbers and 0. Because it has positive as well as negative numbers, there are 3 cases in case of addition of integers. Okay, addition of 2 positive integers, second one is addition of 2 negative integers, and third one is addition of 1 positive and 1 negative integer. Here I have also given examples. Addition of 2 positive integers means plus 4 plus 2. Addition of 2 negative integers, and then in case of addition of 1 positive and 1 negative integer, we have again 2 cases. One is when absolute value of positive integer is greater. Example is plus 4 plus minus 2. So modulus, that is absolute value of plus 4, is greater than absolute value of minus 2. Obviously 4 is greater than 2, that's why absolute value of positive integer is greater here. Second case is when absolute value of negative integer is greater. The example is minus 6 plus 2. So our absolute value of minus 6 is greater than absolute value of plus 2, obviously, because 6 is greater than 2. Okay, so let's move to first case, that is addition of 2 positive integers. We have been learning addition of 2 numbers since our first or second class. The addition of 2 positive integers is same. When we add 2 positive integers, we add their absolute values. Okay, whenever we add any positive integer to any other number, any integer, we always move towards right on the number line. Okay, and when we add negative integer, we move towards left on the number line. We will see negative integers in the next case. Right now let's check positive integers. Okay, here is one example, plus 4 plus 2. So as I said, when we add positive number, we move towards right. So we'll take plus 4 first, plus 4, and then we will move minus then we will move 2 places to the right on number line, which gives us plus 6 as the answer. Okay, now here if there are small numbers, it is okay to do addition with the help of number line, but for bigger numbers it is not feasible to draw a number line. In such cases we will use a generic rule. What is generic rule for adding 2 positive integers? It is when we add 2 positive integers, we add their absolute values and give positive sign to the answer. So absolute value of plus 4 is 4, absolute value of plus 2 is 2, and we add them and give it a positive sign. Okay, let's solve few examples for this. First 3 examples we will solve using number line, as these are smaller integers. The next 2 examples we will solve using generic rule. So first example is plus 2 plus 3. Let's take plus 2 on the number line and then move 3 places to the right, 1, 2 and 3. We are moving to the right because we are adding positive integer. We get plus 5 as the answer. Next example, plus 4 plus 3. Take plus 4 on the number line and move 3 places to the right, 1, 2 and 3. We get plus 7 as the answer. Next one is plus 3 plus 7. We take plus 3 on the number line and move 7 places to the right because we are adding positive integer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and we get plus 10 as the answer. Okay, now next example is plus 45 plus 29. Absolute value of 45 is plus 45 is 45, absolute value of plus 29 is 29, which gives us 84, and then we give plus positive sign to the answer. Okay, if you write it as 84, even that is fine, because any number without sign is considered to be positive. Okay, now the last example, that is 67 plus 67. Absolute value of plus 67 is 67 and absolute value of plus 37 is 37. So addition is 104, answer is plus 104. Now write down these examples in your notebook, find out the answers and check answers at the end of video. The next case we are going to learn is addition of two negative integers. Now this is a new concept. Okay, you knew about addition of positive integers, but addition of two negative integers, this is a new concept. So focus. Okay, so whenever we add negative integer to any other integer, we always move towards left on the number line. Remember this rule. Okay, so if we want to add -4 to -2, we will take -4 and we will move 2 places to the left because we are adding negative integer, which gives us -6 as the answer. Okay, all right. So again here we can add smaller integers on number line, but what about bigger integers? We have this generic rule for bigger integers. So when we want to add two negative integers, we add their absolute values and then give negative sign to the answer. Okay, so in this example also, if we want to follow generic rule, absolute value of -4 is 4, absolute value of -2 is 2, we add these two and give it a negative sign. So answer would be -6. Okay, all right, then let's solve few examples for this as well. First 3 examples, as usual, we will solve using number line. Last 2 examples will be solved using generic rule. Now first example, -2 plus -3. Take -2 on the number line, and because we are adding negative number, we will move towards left 3 units to the left, 1, 2 and 3, which gives us answer as -5. Next example is -4 plus -3. Take -4 on the number line and move 3 places to the left, 1, 2 and 3, which gives us -7 as answer. The third example, that is -3 plus -7. Take -3 on the number line and move 7 places to the left because we are adding negative integer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, which gives us -10 as answer. Okay, now next example, that is -45 plus -38. So for this, generic rule is add absolute values of both integers and give it a negative sign. Absolute value of -45 is 45, absolute value of -38 is 38. We add these two and we give it a negative sign. So answer for this is -83. Last example, absolute value of -54 is 54, absolute value of -66 is 66, and we get addition as 120 and we give it a minus sign and answer is -120. Now here are examples for you to solve in your notebook and check answers at the end of video. The last case we are going to learn is addition of one positive and one negative integer. As I told you earlier, there are again two cases in this one, when absolute value of positive integer is greater and when absolute value of negative integer is greater. So let's check the first case. Okay, here I have taken example +4 plus -2. If you see, absolute value of +4 is greater than absolute value of -2. Absolute value of +4 is 4, absolute value of -2 is 2. Obviously 4 is greater than 2, so absolute value of positive integer is greater. Okay, this can also be written as -2 plus +4. Why? Because of commutative law of addition. Remember, commutative law applies to addition and multiplication only. It does not apply to subtraction and division. Okay, so we will solve it both ways, this way and this way. Okay, I have already told when we add negative integer, we always move towards left on the number line. So in the first case, we will take plus 4 on number line and we will move 2 places to the left. 1, 2, which gives us 2 plus 2 as answer. Okay. Now, second way, that is minus 2 plus 4. When we add positive integer, we move towards the right on the number line. So we'll take minus 2 and we will move 4 places to the right. 1, 2, 3 and 4, which again gives us answer as plus 2, which is same as this, and this actually proves the commutative law of addition. Okay. Now, again here as well, if we have to add smaller integers, it is okay to add it using number line. But what about bigger integers? We have generic rule for bigger integers. What is it? When one positive and one negative integer is to be added, we find the difference of their absolute values and give sign of integer which has greater absolute value. Okay. Earlier we have done addition of 2 positive integers, addition of 2 negative integers. In both cases, we have been adding the absolute values. Now here, in case of 1 positive and 1 negative integer, we are actually taking the difference of absolute values. Okay, let's solve this same example with this generic rule. Absolute value of 4 plus 4 is 4, absolute value of minus 2 is 2. Find out its difference, which is 2, and give it a sign of integer which has higher absolute value. Which one do you think has higher absolute value? Of course, plus 4, and it has plus sign, so answer will have plus sign. Okay, let's solve few examples for this. First example, minus 2 plus 3. We are adding positive integer to another integer. We will move towards right on the number line. So let's take minus 2 on the number line and move 3 places to the right. 1, 2 and 3, which gives us plus 1 as answer. Minus 4 plus minus 3. We are adding negative integer. We will move towards left on the number line. Take 4 on the number line and move 3 places to the left. 1, 2 and 3, which gives us again plus 1 as answer. Now next one is minus 3 plus 7. So we are adding positive integer. We will move towards right, take minus 3 and we will move 7 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which gives us plus 4 as answer. Now for next example, we will use generic rule, that is find difference of absolute values of both integers and then give the sign of integer which has higher absolute value. So absolute value of plus 67 is 67, absolute value of minus 46 is 46, the difference is 21. Since 67 has higher absolute value, we will give 21 sign, plus sign to 21. Answer is plus 21. Last example, absolute value of minus 35 is 35, absolute value of plus 78 is 78, the difference is 43, and since 78 has higher absolute value, we will give plus sign to the answer, which is plus 43. Okay, so again here are examples for you to solve and answers at the end of video. Okay, now let's move to our last case of addition, that is addition of one positive and one negative integer when absolute value of negative integer is greater. I have taken here an example where minus 4 has greater absolute value than plus 2. Minus 4 plus 2. Minus 4 absolute value is 4, plus 2 absolute value 2. 4 is greater than 2. Negative integer has higher absolute value. Now again we will apply the same rules. This can also be written like this due to commutative law of addition. Let's solve it first way. Minus 4 plus 2. We are adding positive integer. We will move towards right. We'll take minus 4 and then we will move 2 places to the right, which gives us minus 2 as answer. Again here plus 2 plus minus 4. We are adding negative integer, so we will move towards left. We'll take plus 2 and we will move 4 places to the left, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again the same answer, proving commutative law of addition. Okay, now for bigger integers we have a generic rule. When one positive and one negative integer is to be added, we add their difference of their absolute values and give sign of integer which has greater absolute value. Okay, so here also if you see, minus 4 has greater absolute value, and hence we have found out the difference 4 minus 2, which is 2, and we are giving sign of integer which has higher absolute value, that is negative. Okay, let's solve examples for this. First example, plus 2 plus minus 3. We are adding negative integer. We will move towards left, take plus 2 on the number line, move 3 places to the left, 1, 2 and 3, gives us answer as minus 1. Minus 4 plus 3. We'll take minus 4 and we will move towards right because we are adding positive integer 1, 2 and 3, which gives us minus 1 as answer. Plus 3 plus minus 7. Now we are adding negative integer, so we will move towards left. We will take 3 on the number line and we will move 7 places to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, which gives us minus 4 as answer. Okay, all smaller integer examples can also be solved using generic rule. You don't always have to use the number line. We will in further classes we will always use generic rule for solving such examples. Okay, now next example is minus 67 plus 46. So absolute value of minus 67 is 67, absolute value of plus 46 is 46. We find the difference of these two because we are adding one positive and one negative integer. The difference is 21. Now absolute value of 67 minus 67 is higher, that's why we give it a negative sign, so answer is minus 21. The last example, absolute value of plus 35 is 35, absolute value of minus 78 is 78. We find the difference and we give it a negative sign because minus 78 has higher absolute value. Okay, again examples for you to solve and check answers at the end of video. Now let's summarize what we have learned so far. Numbers that are less than 0 are called negative numbers. Negative numbers are denoted by minus sign and positive numbers are denoted by plus sign. All whole numbers except 0 are positive numbers. 0 is neither positive nor negative. Integer is the set of numbers that includes positive numbers, negative numbers and 0. Value of integer increases as we go towards right on the number line. Value of integer decreases as we go towards left on the number line. Absolute value or modulus of a number is its distance from 0 on the number line. It can be obtained by simply removing the sign of integer. Now here is summary of addition of integers. I have put it a simpler way, where the first case we are adding both positive integers. We simply have to add their absolute values and give it a positive sign. When both integers are negative, again we have to add the absolute values and give it a negative sign, answer negative. Okay, when we add one positive and one negative integer, in this case we find the difference of absolute values and then we give the sign of integer which has higher absolute value. I have given examples here. So in the first case the difference of these two is 9 and I have given negative sign because 25 minus 25 has a higher absolute value. Again in the second example, same numbers with different signs. Difference is plus 9. The answer has positive sign because plus 25 has higher absolute value. Remember, when both integers are positive, you add absolute values. When both integers are negative, you add absolute values. But when one integer is positive and when another integer is negative, you find the difference of absolute values. Okay. All right then. Here are answer to all the exercises we have seen in this video. Check your answers. Pause the video, check your answers, and here are answers to the comparison of absolute values. Okay. So this was all about integers and addition of integers. If you have any questions, any doubts, write them in the comment section. I'll try to answer as soon as possible. Okay. Till then, keep practicing maths, keep watching, keep solving more and more examples. Then only you will gain expertise in maths. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.